Hey guys, and welcome back. Today is the 9th of June, a very special day in Newcastle. Not only is the Blading Races on today, we also have Sam Fender playing his first ever gig at St James's Park. The reason why I bring this up is one, I am going to it, but two, I'm expecting Newcastle's brand new kit to be released in some capacity at that concert. It's supposed to come out today, it hasn't came out yet. I'm fully expecting Sam to be wearing it at some point, or for something at the concert to happen where the new shirt gets released. That's what my personal hunch is anyway. It's supposed to come out, it hasn't yet. We'll see what happens to see if I'm correct in saying that, but that's just my personal opinion. But anyway guys, welcome back. We do have big news today regarding Newcastle United. For the first time since the season has ended, Fabrizio Romano has came out about James Maddison and about how Newcastle is going in for the player once that window opens. And as well as what about the transfer budget itself? How much does Newcastle have to spend in the window? Well, we finally have an actual figure what we can work on. And I have to say, it's going to make you guys excited. So stick around for that. But anyway though, if you like what you're watching and you are brand new around here, make sure you get down there, hit that subscribe button, smash like button you enjoy as well. Appreciate your support as always. Make sure you let me know down in the comment section your thoughts and I'll try and get back to all yours. If not though, I'll be at Sam Fender later, so apologies I don't reply. But anyway though, enough about the intro, let's get straight into things. I want to start this video off first by talking about one of our own. He's from Blythe, it's Dan Byrne. So he did something yesterday that was actually really lovely towards Newcastle fans, and it hasn't been publicised at all on social media. So I thought I'd come out in this video today and I'd tell you the situation regarding him. So pretty much he was working at Sicaretti's yesterday, which is actually an ice cream shop in Blythe. He has his apron on, he has everything sorted. He's actually just working the day shift, so he's serving ice cream to all the kids. And the reason why he's doing that is because, well, if people know Dan Byrne's in the shop, they're going to go in and meet him. So people are going in there, they're buying ice cream, they're getting autographs, pictures taken with Dan Byrne. And the reason why he's actually done the shift as well is because all the money from it is actually going towards the Children's Cancer North charity. So it's a really good opportunity where a player, I could argue you would say has power, so somebody that knows it can get people to go to a place. He's worked a day there. No publicity whatsoever, by the way. That's one thing I really liked about this one now. Without trying to sound horrible, sometimes even when it's a player's doing something quite nice, you probably see Sky Sports there, Keith Downey, you see Newcastle United. They're fully aware of the event and they're going there. You could argue that there's a little bit of PR involved with it, but in this case, they're not involved with it whatsoever. It's a player doing it at his own time. The money's going to a cancer charity, and it's just a case where Premier League players went out his way to actually do something for his local community and also to meet some Newcastle fans. So I thought it was brilliant, really good to see from him, so I wanted to come out in this video and say well done. Lovely to see. Hopefully at some point in the future we get to see more from some of our players, if not our Premier League football players. It's something lovely. A couple of hours out of their day to help a charity out and also to meet some fans. I thought it was a brilliant thing from him, so well done Dan, good on you. It's now time to talk about James Maddison, just what is going on with the player. A reminder for those of you who aren't fully aware, Newcastle put 2 official bids in for James Maddison last summer. Leicester City wanted approximately just over £50 million, so they rejected both of Newcastle's bids. At the time, James Maddison had 2 years left in his contract. Newcastle went, well, we don't think he's worth that money, we're not going to pay it at all. Since then, Leicester City have now been relegated to the Championship. James Maddison now has 12 months left in his contract. Leicester City have to sell the player in this transfer window if they want any money for him. If somehow they keep a hold of James Maddison, all that's going to happen is it'll go to the January transfer window and the player is allowed to leave on a free. They can sign an expiry date on his contract. They can literally buy him out on a free in January. So Leicester City have to sell the player now. James Maddison is not staying with a Championship team, let's be brutally honest. So Leicester, they've got to do the correct thing, they've got to sell the player. But despite that, despite being in the Championship, they still want £50 million, so something has to budge. Will Newcastle or Tottenham, according to Fabrizio Romano, both of these teams are negotiating for the player. Will one of them pull the trigger on £50 million and just sign the player and accept defeat at Leicester? Or will they wait out for Leicester to reduce the price towards the back end of the transfer window? It's going to be an interesting one. And the good part for us now being is that I don't think Tottenham has a pull factor in this. If you were James Maddison, why would you pick Tottenham over Newcastle? I don't see why you would do it. They've got no European football going into next season. Not to mention as well that Newcastle have already shown interest in the player last summer. They wanted to sign the player then. Amanda Murder continue to show this persistence towards signing players. We've seen this with Sven Botman. We wanted to get Botman one window. It didn't happen. We go back in for him again and we got that deal done. So it's a great opportunity now for Newcastle to go back in there. I can't see Tottenham have much in this. The only way I can see Tottenham signing the player is 2 reasons. One, they actually do pay £50 million for Leicester, just go screw it. We know we've had a bad year. Let's just pay extreme money for players and get them in. Or two, offer James Maddison higher wages. Now, this could be a little bit of a factor. Let's say Newcastle offer James Maddison, I don't know, 120 grand a week and Tottenham offer 200 grand a week. He probably is going to pick Tottenham over Newcastle. So that's probably the only two things I think that Tottenham actually do against Newcastle in order to get the player. But other than that, really, Newcastle's such a better move in every aspect. Why would you not do it? It's detrimental to his career if he goes to Tottenham. You've got Champions League football now. At the top of your game, you can still play international football. It's silly not to do it. I think Newcastle have got a good foothold in this. It's fully in our hands to get this signing done. The only way I can't see Newcastle getting this deal done is if Leicester take the piss again, essentially. They ask for £50 million. No, you're in the Championship, we're not doing that. And Leicester just continue to keep asking for it. Then I don't think we'll get him. But other than that, though, I think the player would want to come to Newcastle. I think we could get this deal done now. Probably say we're all the favourites to get it done. It's just the case with Leicester and Tottenham. Is Tottenham willing to spend £50 million, or is Leicester willing to reduce the cost for Maddison to go to Newcastle? We'll have to wait and see in this one. But it is interesting. I can't wait to see how this one progresses over the transfer window. One thing everyone has been asking as Newcastle's season has ended is just how much money do we have to spend in the summer transfer window? In the past 3 transfer windows, we've spent approximately £210 million over those 3 windows, which on average is £70 million per window, which is still a lot compared to Mike Ashley days, but that could be nothing yet compared to the amount that's been suggested now. So we get into that figure in just a sec. But you've got to remember as well, for Newcastle, we are finishing the top 4. We're going to be getting extra sponsorships in the Champions League next season. Not mentioned as well that the higher you finish in the Premier League, the better the bonus is in the Premier League. TV rates, you got the match day revenue, you got all sorts of these different factors coming to the football club. Of course, on the financial fair play, we can only spend the club generates, but we are generating more now than we ever have been a few seasons ago under Mike Ashley. So according to George Corkland, we have 100 million to 150 million pounds to spend in the summer transfer window. Wow, that is a serious amount of money. So as well as that, he's been saying like some Moussa Diaby, Dominic Szoboszlai, those two are out in Newcastle's price range of the players that you guys as fans shouldn't expect Newcastle to sign. But the money is there. Eddie Howe, if he wants to, has £150 million to spend this transfer window. That's a serious amount of money to play with. Newcastle, I think in the last 4 windows, spent just over £100 million. Of course, I've got the likes of Sven Botman, Nick Pope, players that became regulars at the club. And it's just the beginning of things. It's going to be a great sight to behold to see what players Newcastle could get with that money. Now, as you were saying in that article as well, Newcastle are targeting some of the relegated players. I've already mentioned James Maddison before. Again, the likes of Harvey Barnes, you've got James Ward-Prowse, you've got Walter Peters, you've got all sorts of these players that have been relegated. I think Harrison from Leeds is probably another one that may pop up a few times in the articles, but these are players that have went down with their clubs in the Championship and need brand new clubs to go to. So Newcastle will probably sign a couple of them up. He's targeting at least 5 positions to being quoted there as well. Again, Newcastle are getting that squad depth and making sure we have the... You need essentially 2 squads nowadays to compete in the Champions League and the Premier League. Newcastle is making sure to have the players there, the assets available. And I can't believe I'm saying that, £150 million to play with. That is a lot of money for Eddie Howe. That's a lot of money for the pair. That's a lot of money for Amanda and Murder. They have to get the choices right. It has to be spot on. Every move they make now has to be the correct one, or it's going to have a massive negative effect on the team. But I'm confident. I've never been more confident in my life. I back this team, I back the ownership, I back everyone involved to get these deals in and to get the correct signings made. It's going to be interesting to see how things transpire next. I'm so happy for the football club. It's been a brilliant time to be a fan. And we'll see what happens next. But yeah, that was the main thing I wanted to talk about, the transfer budget there. £150 million, maximum £100 million minimum has been quoted there. That's a really good amount of money to be with. Eddie Howe did say in his press conference he had 3 different transfer budgets to work with, depending on where Newcastle finished in the table. I'm intrigued to see what would have been for each one. So if Newcastle got more to spend the top 4, would have been less if they finished below the top 7? I'm not too sure exactly which one would have been most expensive, but I do figure the fact Newcastle in the top 4, we have these extra sponsors coming in, we have the Premier League finish pot coming in as well. I imagine this probably would be our highest budget to work with. But again, we'll have to wait and see. But anyway, guys, wow, that was class. Really enjoyed that one. It's been a great time. But I wish you all the best. Take care. I'll see you at Sam Fender later if you are attending the show. If not, though, thank you all for watching. I wish you all the best. Again, as I said in the intro, I expect there'll be a kit announcement there. was shocked finding out from chatting crap. Or I'm actually correct in that one, but it is supposed to come out today. But that's about it, guys. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. I appreciate you watching. Thank you so much, and I will see you all in the next